Coming up next is the finale of the 2-day event, which is the ASAP Imagination NE1 CON. It is going to be the mega panel hosted by none other than himself, the Wepa Man, the CEO of Com Crusaders, the man, the myth, the legend, Al Mega.
Yo, wepa mi gente, what's poppin'? I'm excited. My boy Paul and his wonderful team have been entertaining us since yesterday with dope panels and comic book conversation and script writing and even games. Yes, games. Pretty funny stuff was going on yesterday with that. What is it called? Nerd is the word. And it's outrageous! But dope stuff. I can't wait to even participate in that one. It's gonna be hella fun. So who's up first, Nam? Wait
First,
a
we're
minute.
going to bring
I got my own Ed McMahon here in the background. Isn't that awesome?
First coming in is the CEO and the visionary behind ASAP Imagination. He's a driving force. He is the guy who is doing all this for us. None other than Hades himself, Paul Hayden.
Oh, it's Hades himself, baby. The Irish devil, as I like to call him, killing it and burning it up in Ireland and in UK, across America and the world. This is what Paul is doing, just burning it up with ASAP and NE1. What's up, kiddo? I mean, thank you for entertaining us, bro.
Oh, do you know what, dude? Oh, it's been a great couple of days. Great couple of days. I've had so much fun. So much bloody fun.
So tell us, man, what's your highlight, bro? Because you've been kicking asses yesterday. You know, you and your team. So what's your dopest highlight? Besides nerd is the word, because that had me cracking up.
Do you know what? I think it was the two announcements. I can't pick one. They both meant a lot. So we did the announcement yesterday for Animaltronic, which is going to be our charity book. And then the announcement today for me and Laurie that we've taken Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue, and we are releasing it as a 2-trilogy comics. So Points of Villainy Part 1 cover, we showed that today. So yeah, those were great moments.
Oh my! What made that happen? What was it?
We had worked so hard on the book, and thanks Nolan, Dave. We'd worked really hard on the book, and then obviously all these other comics came out, and we'd always got planned to do the comic eventually. We did want to get around to it, and then we were just like, the timing's right. 2 years ago was the book. Last year was the launch of the NE1 World. This year has to be, we take the book that we started with and we release it as this comic. And yeah, it's the timing was just perfect. And then we had the cover reveal today, and it was just like happy days.
Yeah, real happy days, because also that charity book. Talk about that. And I'm in New York, man. You need me to do anything, let me know.
Oh no, for sure.
A pretty dope charity, man.
Yeah, so I chose the Free Arts NYC. I was looking for something for the arts this time. I wanted to do something that was around the arts. Last year was something that was personal, for Dyspraxia with Alfie. So it was very personal. This time I wanted to look at something that was art-based. We work in comics. We work as creators, artists, writers, all of these things. So I chose them, and then this is going to be a book with a difference. So there's 9 of us in total in terms of writers, and what we're going to do is something a little bit different. So it's one cohesive story, fingers crossed, but it's going to be one cohesive story. And the plan is I will write the first 10 pages of the story. Everyone involved will get access to the artwork, the bios, the synopsis of kind of the basic plot, and my 10 pages. And then I have 2 weeks to do my 10. And once I've done my 10, I go live on whatever platform we can go on, but I'll go live, and then all the other writers' names will be in a hat. And I will dip in and I will pull a name out of the hat, and whoever name that is, they're next. They have to write the next 10 pages.
Ready or not, here we come, baby.
Yeah. And it was wicked, because I had a couple of people who were like, but what if I get to the last panel of my last page and I'm not done? And I was like, it's the next person's responsibility to pick that up. And you can see the people like this.
Oh yeah.
And I said, you could literally get to your last panel on your last page, and then you could just put, and then he said, ... And then the person who has to take over. And you can imagine some people are going to go, oh, you swine. So
You're gonna
we're
create
gonna,
enemies.
yeah. So I'm going to do the first 10 pages. I'll do the last 10 pages. It will give us 100 pages in
Ah,
total.
oh,
And then in
nice.
terms of artists, we are throwing it out there to students. If you want your
Oh,
shot to get into comics, this is your shot.
what?
We
Where can they hit you up? Because this
so
sounds
they
like a
can,
hella wonderful
yeah.
opportunity.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we're going to put some posts out over the weekend for it as well. But obviously they can catch us at ASAP Imagination across Twitter and Instagram and even LinkedIn. Give us a
Oh,
shout or asapimagination@gmail.com. We did have 10 spots. Someone dived straight in there. Someone I met at Portsmouth, it was a student I got on very well with. He's already gone, I want one. He's got a spot.
nice.
So, but it's, yeah,
9
we want
left.
to give 9 left. And then, yeah, so basically they can come in, they can have 10 pages. Again, this is for charity. So we're all doing this for free, every single one of us. But if anyone gets a chance, jump over, have a look, and then you can look at these wonderful designs by a great artist called Angus Day. Fantastic artist. And again, I wanted to bring back that kind of Saturday morning cartoon feel. So the character's called Animaltronic. He's got these
Ah,
animals so he's got a wolf, a bear, a falcon, a stingray, and a spider. And like the wolf can kind of contract to be like an armor around him. Same for the bird, so he can fly. The bear is kind of like it's like a furry Hulkbuster suit, So he's got these different
okay.
suits. Think Brave Star meets Centurions,
Oof.
yeah,
I
that
used to
kind of
love
thing.
Centurions
Yeah,
so much.
yeah, yeah.
I was
So,
sick
but
with those, yeah.
those have been great highlights. But literally from start to finish yesterday and today, it's been a blast. So
But
much fun and the
I
interaction.
I do want to go back just really quickly. So when somebody wants to submit, right,
Mm.
to the charity book, what's the best thing to send over? And how much material should they send over to you for you to make an assessment?
So they can just send over a portfolio. What we'll do as well is we will release all the photos over our social media of Animaltronic and how he looks, so they can send a portfolio and we can gauge it anywhere like we do with our normal artists. Or if you wanted to go, well, here's my version of the wolf, for example. The wolf's called Rufus. Here's my example of Rufus, and here's my example of it. So, but yeah, I mean, portfolio, or once the artwork's out, then give us a taste of what they look like under your pen.
There you go. You hear
Yeah.
that, folks? That's simple. That's simple. Get it done. This sounds
Mhm.
so awesome, Paul. You've been murdering. Let me ask you though, who made up Nerd is the Word game, which obviously became very popular. This guy. That was
um,
like the hit yesterday.
oh yeah, it was. Do you know what it was? It was a last minute thing. I kind of wanted to do something a little bit silly. I wanted to do something a little bit fun. I knew that I wanted to integrate something in the 80s in there, obviously the pop culture, and then what became the greatest round ever is from a saying that I have over here, where I go, "Oh, that's completely outrageous," like that. It's been a running joke in my family for donkeys. So I literally created a round of it, and hearing people from all over the world say "Hell cow" is outrageous. Um, but yeah, hearing people like you got Paul Gomez, and then you got Willow Woods, so one American, one UK, giving me the saying back, and yeah, it just took off. Like I was just shocked.
My
It was
favorite
so good.
response was the Moon Knight and Batman, and when it was Moon Man, I said, "What?"
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I
started
did so
cracking
much
up.
fun. It's so much fun. It was a great laugh. But I thought it would just be like a one-off. I've already had people go, "You need to do this more." I was like, "All right,
Yeah,
looks
man.
like we're doing."
You guys were killing it with the intro. Then you have Mateo doing
Mm,
those live
amazing,
streams,
yeah.
kiddo. Oh my god, bro.
Mm.
Gorgeous stuff. Like somebody even said that it feels so calming to watch that.
Yeah, he's so slick and quick. I know that rhymes, but he's both of those things when he draws. So he's a great artist, and we will be putting out the finished picture again over socials over the next week.
Yeah, and then earlier today, Big Lance is on with
Yeah,
Adam
yeah,
Raleigh.
yeah.
That was very interesting conversation. Let me tell you, again,
Mm,
as the person that doesn't write, I was like, okay, these are some great ass tips these guys got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it shows the differences and the similarities between screen and page, and how close these two worlds are. And people, I think, I know me and Laurie have discussed this before, but some people have this misconception that comics isn't literature, but comics is the fine line between literature and film. That's my opinion. It sits beautifully in the middle. It
Yeah.
connects the two worlds. So yeah, no, that was great to watch. I enjoyed that.
I mean, everything you guys were doing. Then, of course, you do the flowers, so it's
Mm,
nice to see how many people have worked with you and to spread awareness and
mm,
all. Like, wow, brother, look what you've accomplished in such a what I feel is a short period of time.
yeah.
You're still you're a toddler now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just about walking. Yeah, I keep
It's your
falling over, but
terrible twos. So watch out, world. Oh shit, it's
yeah,
gonna be
no,
dangerous right now.
you got to give flowers though, man. You got to give props, and like we did it in more detail yesterday over the people like yourself who've had us on shows,
Yeah,
and then
thank you
today
so
it
much.
was, oh no, man, thank you.
You're gonna make me
Um,
cry, bro. Don't do that.
uh, I'm sorry.
Man is a
Um,
softie, bro.
but and then today it was like the general, like you've got to give props to the people that have supported you. Just a little thing of retweeting something or resharing something and just saying, hey, I jumped on someone's Kickstarter, I donate $5. It's a step closer to what they want. And again, you tie that in with the pods and people going on the pods and doing that. It's a lot to be thankful for, So you got to show props.
Yeah, man. Talking about flowers. You guys getting flowers via fan art and cosplay pics. How's that
Mm,
feel? That's pretty cool.
surreal. That was awesome. Yeah, all these different pictures and the Sister Grimm ones. I mean, I know the one Sister Grimm was actually my own child. I say child, she's 23. Jesus. But seeing these come back and the friends of foe, and then all these like pictures of fan art and the group. A couple of people did like group shots of our characters, and yeah, it was insane. I mean, again, I can't wait to put those. I'm going to plaster those all over our socials over the next few days.
Be
But yeah,
honest. Did you have a lump in your throat when you started seeing all those pieces and that wonderful gift that the team sent you?
yeah, you know what? Yeah, I know I've joked over the last couple of days about it giving me a heart attack because I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, like when I got the poster out and kind of unfolded it, yeah, I mean, you see all the care that's all the people that have done that, whether it was the artwork, whether it was doing the friends of foe, and then obviously Laurie and Chess and that putting it together for me. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's so touching. Like it's lovely.
There you go. See, that's what it is to have an amazing team. Because I know that today we're gonna have everyone come in. You know what I mean, and chit chat.
Yeah.
So who up next, Nam? Bring somebody else in. Toss me another one, Nam.
Well, next I got to bring in the editor in chief of ASAP Imagination. She's the visionary behind Sister Grimm. She also is a visionary and co-author along with Hades on Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue. She's a driving force, in the front of ASAP Imagination and behind, and she's a mother at the same time, which is just blows my mind. So I'm talking about none other than Lori L.A. Cunningham.
LA in the building, son. Yeah. What's poppin', Lori?
Hello.
How you do?
Good, good. Yeah, it's super. This has been a fun couple of days, so it's exciting to be here for the final panel. Find some time for that.
Yay. Well, thanks for joining because yesterday you kicked ass in Lori's author corner. I like that. LAC, baby. So, what's up? What was your most fun part of this awesome event?
I think I kind of gotta echo Hades a bit here, and the announcements are always fun. It's fun when you have these secrets and you finally get to release them, and like these little covers, and like obviously you put out hints for like, oh, what's this logo with all these names attached to it, and like, oh, what's this logo with the POV and stuff. So it's
Nice.
it's so much fun like releasing all of that, and then obviously doing my own kind of chat was super fun because I've never got to be on the hosting side of that before, so I got to see what you
Yay,
do out.
welcome. Welcome,
Except on
welcome.
Instagram and deal with all the tech issues and not knowing how to do stuff in the first time and
It's fun. It's
keeping
fun.
people talking and stuff. So yeah, it was fun. It's always nice to connect with people, especially people I haven't talked to before. And unfortunately, like just the way life is, I've missed a couple things. Like I didn't get to see all. I saw little bits and pieces of Nerd is the Word. I heard good things and got it and saw everyone interacting and stuff. And yeah, everything's just been. Everything has come off like really as like best as we could have hoped, and tons of kudos to Hades and literally everyone else involved who's jumped in and basically volunteered their time and all that stuff. So it's incredible. So yeah, it's exciting. And I know at the end of yesterday I texted Hades and like, so we're doing this again. He's like, oh, without a doubt. He's like, obviously this has gone great and it's been a ton of fun. So excited for number 2 next year. But we gotta
that's exactly what I'm gonna ask. So
yeah, finish at number 1 this year though.
so this is gonna go annual then from this point forward, huh? Yes. You hear this? And then we're gonna see the growth of this family as it grows all over the world. I can't wait to see the ASAP takeover. Hell yeah, this is so fantastic. So Laurie, talk to me about your part and the announcement of the continuing the trilogy now, if you will.
Yeah, so I guess Hades has already mentioned it, and we did our kind of big announcement earlier, but it's fun to get to bring something back to life that was it was my first book and with my best friends, so it's nice to like get to bring that back, because that will always be like a super special book for me, just for those 2 reasons, and then to suddenly get to put some art to it is incredible, and I can't wait. And we already got to do the big cover reveal, and like it was fun scripting it, and it's just revisiting it all and kind of bringing back something that was near and dear to my heart, and rereading it and being like, yeah, this wasn't so bad, we actually did a good job.
Who wrote this?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you hate to go back to your first book and be like, oh my god, I shouldn't have published this, but it's nice to actually put it out and being like, oh yeah, we did like a good job, this is cool. And it was kind of like the book that kind of is the catalyst for kind of like the rest of the story, is like this big event in the universe. So it's just like, it's exciting that like it's going to be a comic, and it can be in comic shops and in front of comic readers, and it's a little more accessible that way. So it'll be a fun year putting those out.
Let me ask you, who came out with the idea with the poster? Was it you?
Yeah.
Paul? How were you able to keep it such a secret from Paul?
I had to text a lot of people and let them know, and there's a few people in them that I texted a little later. He's a self-renowned secret spiller.
He just said, did they tell you about what poster? Never mind. And then he goes, Hades, I'll burn you if you don't tell me. I see what happened. It's Catch the Craze, baby. Whereby you better check it out with one of the dopest little podcast shows out there as well. Catch that craziness, because they will make you crazy, but in a fun way. It's dope. Yeah, they're obviously big supporters as well. So salute to them for being so open in their platform to you guys. Now, this is how we do.
They also made an appearance in the poster, because they have a little role in a little anthology coming up. So
oh snap! Look at them doing their business too. Amazing. Now, how did you feel about the Nerd is the Word game? Because I really love that, like I said to Paul.
Oh well, like I said, unfortunately, I missed it. Like just with the 2 kids, God. I saw little. I know, I saw little bits and pieces. I know, I'm so far behind. I was like doing such a good job of keeping up with like all of like the company podcasts for a while, and then we have so many people now and so many podcasts that it's just like, and then we just do 2 full days of this. I'm like, my to-do list is long. But yeah, I saw little bits of it, and I saw people interacting. I think I saw something with like Poison Ivy and like I don't know, and then Hades gave me a little kind of preview of what the plan was the day before and stuff. So I'm glad it was so well received and that people had fun.
Yeah, she was like, I gotta deal with the nerd Paul all the time. I don't need to watch a game show about it. So.
But I mean, when you guys pulled out the Hell Cow, please watch it. When y'all guys pulled out the Hell Cow, I was like, what in the F is this? What? It was the wildest thing I've ever seen. I really, and then it made me think, should I eat beef? You know what I mean? It was dope. Now, bring me the next one. We're gonna talk. I want to see this whole family screen, yo.
Well, I don't know if she's ready, but I'm gonna bring her on anyway. If she gets her camera up, So she started out as an intern, and we were so lucky to have her as part of the team. And it's just grown and grown. And what she's done for ASAP, she's an artist, she's a writer. She has a comic that's coming out that I'm sure she's going to talk about that she's worked on with Hades. But man, she is just blossoming into someone to watch out there. I'm talking about none other than Chess.
Oh snap! It's ASAP's Rookie of the Year. What's poppin'? Chess, how you doing? And you're on mute, I believe. Or something's off.
Whoops, sorry, I forgot to press
There
the
we
button.
go. That damn button. All right.
Yeah,
How
no,
you
I
doing,
literally
bro?
told myself, now as soon as they call your name, press the button. No, I can't even remember that.
I have a coworker that does this every meeting. Once they call upon her, it's silence for about a minute. They're like, mute. I now, kidding around before the meeting starts. I'm like, testing 1, 2, 3. I won't blast their name. They're like, oh snap, thank you. It's working. Excellent. So Chess, awesome to meet you. All right.
Yeah, great to
And
meet you too.
talk about your project, Put me on to the greatness of this project you got with Hades.
Oh yeah, for sure. So currently I'm working on the first issue of Whole, which is a comic series that is starting in the ASAP main continuity. And what's interesting about this first issue is that I can't speak English. It is entirely from first person point of view. So every panel is through the eyes of the main character.
Oh, why that?
Because Hades likes to torture me.
It was his idea.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He whips people into shape. Let me tell you, he definitely wants to challenge you, and that's
sure.
a great challenge. So, how did you take that challenge? How did you work through it? Process wise.
Yeah, I mean, it's been going really well. I just, you just kind of have to get back to the basics of, good illustration technique, because really, drawing any shape from buildings to objects to the human body, it's just geometry, it's just shapes. So if you know how to draw a cylinder and you know how to draw a cylinder in perspective, you can draw a human body in perspective. It's just, it takes a little bit of extra time and patience and a lot of me sitting on the floor staring up at my family members going, don't move, I have to take a reference photo.
Oh, I like that pose, Dad. Even though you're middle walk, standing on one leg. Stop! Hold on.
Yeah.
Hopefully your family's not getting hurt as you take those pictures. Just kidding.
Not too much. It's fine. Nothing we can't.
So this is your first project overall?
Yeah, my first with ASAP, first professionally published comic. Everything I've done before has just been, little side projects or projects for school. So,
so how
in
do
the
you
big
feel?
leagues now.
How do you feel having this opportunity? How did you guys even meet too? What's the bromance story?
So yeah. So that's actually kind of a funny story. So I did this weird degree for my university because I wanted to go into comics really bad. So I did what was called a interdisciplinary studies degree, which is basically like a choose your own adventure for student debt. You just pick a whole bunch of things to study and have anxieties about.
Well, now they gave you a $10,000 break and maybe a little bit more. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly.
Should have been the whole thing. But anyway.
Yeah, well, oh well. Progress. So I did, a little bit of, illustration, creative writing, graphic design, all kind of in one. But to complete this program, I was required to have an internship that was directly correlated to my degree. And because I wanted to go into comics, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just go ask the comic book companies who need some assistance with inking or whatnot. And surely I'll have an internship within a month. No. It was radio silence for months. Wow. It was awful.
Months. Wow.
Yeah. It was very stressful. And then my mom's, at the back, like, how's that internship search going? I'm like, going? That assumes progress, but thank you for asking. So
I have been stalled, Ma. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So finally, I'm just talking to some of my other relatives, and I'm talking to my Uncle Mark, who is a West Point alumni. And he goes, oh, well, West Point has a really good, career page network, so why don't I just put it on there that you need somebody? And I was like, okay, I guess it can't hurt. But I was like, it's West Point. It's a bunch of, military people. They're probably not going to be interested in
Stiff.
comics. But lo and behold,
Hey.
came to the rescue. So yeah,
Awesome. Wow.
Nemesis got me a
Small world.
job, which means go Army from now on. Isn't that right, man? That's my obligation.
Oh, there you go.
All right,
Yeah.
you're forgiven now. You're forgiven.
That's actually pretty cool, Nem. So, Nem, I gotta ask you then, for all this to happen, so you put up an ad on that site for West
Yeah.
Point?
Well, no, it's even crazier than that. So yeah, so she talked to her uncle, and her uncle put the ad up on the site.
Okay.
Well, one of my classmates saw that ad and knew that I was doing comics and said, "Hey, can you,
Wow.
do that?" So I said, "Sure, I'll look at it." And I reached out to Chess, and we set up an interview, and the rest is history. So yeah, it was like the friend of a friend of a friend type thing. It was really cool. So
Wonderful. So, Tess, when you got that response, finally, after months of being stalled,
Yeah.
those devils, how did you feel? And what was your initial reaction?
Well, honestly, I was really excited because a lot of the other internships that I had applied for, they were like, you can do like this little thing in the corner, don't bother us, but you go color in the corner and we'll get you graduated, that sort of thing. But
Okay.
as I was talking with Hades and Em, they're like, so you could do like this, and this, and maybe if you want to do a project, you can do that. And of course, if you're interested in this, and this, what sort of stuff do you want to do? You want to format books? You can format our books. Go ahead. Whoa.
We need the help, right?
Well, it's just
Awesome.
like, do you want to play with our stuff? You can play with our stuff. Well, sure, thank you. I will play
You
with
went
your
like
stuff.
Scrooge McDuck in the money bin, right? Just all right, let me just put on my swim gear and dive in.
Yes,
Awesome.
exactly.
Oh, congrats. Look at that crazy ass story. That's insane. So when can we expect your book?
When or where?
When? Where is Iris? We gotta go everywhere ASAP Imagination or anyone, whatever we got there. But when can we expect to get that wonderful book in our hands or on our computer screens?
Yeah, I mean it's in this month, so in the next few days, it's going to be available for
Yeah.
order.
Ooh.
It's our
Ooh.
it's our October. It's our August release.
There we go. Oh snap, folks! You hear that? You hear that first person perspective from this whole new rookie on the ASAP team that started out as an intern. Look at her already with a dope book coming. Woo!
Thank you.
Is your family excited for you as well? I mean, you have
I
your
think
first
so.
project.
You
Are
never
they
know with
fans?
family members if they're like, I'm like, so I do comic books. And they're like, oh, that's the direction to take your life, I suppose. Which is ironic because my uncle Mark and my aunt Jacqueline, they're married. They're both professional opera singers. I'm like, you're critiquing my comic book career. We have opera singers in our family. Be nice.
Right?
We do
Right?
weird
Talent is
things over
talent.
here.
Don't make me start drawing opera singers, and having things happen to them. Don't make me. I'm gonna threaten you guys now.
We'll squeeze them in somehow.
Hey, you gotta do it. That's awesome. So, Chaz, welcome to the ASAP family. I can't wait to see your project. That's pretty dope. Awesome
Yeah,
stuff.
thank you.
Nem, bring in the other ASAPer.
Well, normally I would go by chronological order, but he jumped in there ahead of time, and we're going first in, first out on our queue here. But this is a creator straight out of Liverpool, I believe. He is a first-time creator. He's involved with the NE1 world. He has done some amazing world building on this, and he's really crazy stuff. And he taught himself to draw, believe it or not. Talk about none other than the guy behind The Birth of Golden Arm, Eddie Ubudo. I think I'm sorry, man. I hope I
work,
did
man.
not mess up your name. Yeah.
Got big paws.
I'm gonna go hide my name and have my face in shame now. So
Ubido.
Okay, Ubido.
Ubido, Mr. U, what's up, my brother? How you doing, kiddo?
What's up? How is everyone? You good?
Good, man. Good.
We are good. Your book is kicking butt. What's popping, man? Have you been having fun?
Man. It's just been like, I've put so much into like creating this book and creating all my characters and like, all the kind of mechanics behind it. So now I'm just kind of, seeing where I could go, and it came at a perfect time, really, like because I felt like I'd pushed it as far as I could push it by myself. So now I'm just happy to be part of a kind of collective to help me, like, so I can, it can go both ways. We can help each other and create something truly, bigger than all of us individually.
Yeah, defo. I
Yes,
mean,
bye.
there you go. And for fans, thank you. It's true, yo. We can't wait to see where Golden Arm goes. You want to tease people a little bit about directions of story plot, or what can they expect? Just tease a little bit as the story continues. Because I'm ready to tease. Let's go.
Yeah, so you get the first chapter, which is out now on the NE1 website, which is it gives you a brief history into the universe, and like gives you a kind of setup to see the direction in which Rick is going in his life. And so what I'm looking forward to in chapter 2 is something that no one will see coming, and like it's gonna shatter the whole kind of, like, the whole, you think everything's going one way, but then there's gonna be a little switch in there which you're not gonna see, which is gonna leave a lot of questions unanswered. And
Really?
Like,
are you gonna either be pulling on our heartstrings, or are you gonna piss us off, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
Oh man, look at this guy.
You'll have to read it.
He's gonna piss us off and make us cry. So remember, Hades could take all the hate mail in case you got upset, guys.
Exactly.
How great this book is. That's gonna hurt your feelings.
Give me the good messages, like deal with the bad way.
So you've been hanging out for the whole NE1 CON. Have you been watching what's been, other than the announcements? Because I know the announcements is the bomb, Diggy. Have you had any favorite moments, throughout?
You know what? I'm looking forward to this 10-page write-off that they've got going on.
Animatronic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting for sure. Like, because I think you see with modern writing, people are thinking of the end product too much, and they're thinking of, like, we need all these people to be in this place at this one time, and like for writers to just have freedom to say, like, here's the situation, now you deal with it. It's kind of fresh and exciting, like.
What a reflection on real life, right?
Exactly.
You walk into work at 9 a.m. the night shift is leaving. They're like, yo, it's your problem now. Get out of here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, what's going on? No. So
yeah, exactly. Like,
I can't wait. Have you ever faced a challenge like that before? Having to, step into someone else's shoes, if you will, and to continue something? Would that be your first experience doing something like that?
Yeah. Like, do you know what? Like, I'd like to see how these guys deal with it, because it could be an inspiration for me in terms of my writing, because sometimes, like, you do get too fixated on where you want the story to end up without focusing on. My cat's on a mad one a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, Kitty, again making an appearance. That cat loves to be on camera. We gotta give it. Yeah, you gotta Hades. You gotta make T-shirts for cats now. So that way, Kitty could wear one too, and for dogs.
My son would love that. He's trying to write a book all about cats. He's writing a book for NE1 for ASAP Minis called Amazing Cat. So he'd be a big fan of that idea.
I could see ASAP leashes, ASAP cat jackets, little ASAP hats for cats. You know what I mean?
Oh, don't put that idea in Alfie's head, Jesus Christ.
Because we all know. Because we all know how much of a fan Hades is of cats, because that's outrageous.
That's completely outrageous.
There goes the hit for a future show. Does Hades love cats? Right. Yeah, it's now an official. I agree. I had a cat all the time, and she would sit on my keyboard in Florida while I'm trying to do something. So all of a sudden, my chat is X's and Y's. And one time, she figured out how to minimize all my screens at once, and I forgot at that moment how to get everything back up. I'm like, oh my God, what is this cat doing? Wow,
yeah,
cats.
I don't know what that is. Like, you'll be on your laptop, and then your cat will be like, no, it's like work's over now, and I'll just come and sit on your keyboard. Like, okay, I guess I'll stop.
So would you say, Eddie, that your cat is also a co-writer?
Yeah, I'd say I need to give props where it's due, I guess.
Oh, that's so great. Eddie, man, you rock, bro. I can't wait to see where it goes. You already got me curious where you're going with the book, bro. Amazing stuff. Bring up the next ASAP, kiddo.
Absolutely. Well, this guy is well known to you because he's part of Comic Crusaders and Cinema Crusaders. But more than that, he is a creator and a storyteller across multiple mediums, including comics and film. I mean, he's an incredible visionary. He's the man behind Warehouse 9 Pro and in the NE1 world, Bob non-union psychic, the big book of Bob volume 1. Now I'm going to go rest my lips that I got all of that out. I'm talking about none other than Lance Lucero.
Double L is in the building.
That's me. Well, after that introduction, I should just drop the mic.
Just walk away, right? I'm done.
Yeah.
You know all I do. You know, there's the other LL, folks. The other LL, the filmmaker, not the actor. All right. Would you act if you give it a chance? No.
No. Not gonna.
Didn't even finish the sentence. Would you act?
No. Yeah, this is the camera I'll get on. Other than that, no way.
No, there you go, Lance. Bro, thanks for joining us. Thank you for kicking ass, bro. That is a beautiful book, guys. I don't know if you've seen the book from ASAP. Holy shit! What a is somebody bringing it up? I'm about to say, bro. There ain't no ASAP. There it goes. Look at it right there in the back.
Okay.
Nem, hold on, Nem. I gotta do something so people can see how beautiful that book is. And I can't even change the layout. How nice, because you have control, Nem. Anyway, so Bob, Big Bob. Tell me what's going to be happening with Big Bob within the ASAP NE1 world. What's going on?
Right now we're just happy to get this hardcover and paperback out there. You know, we worked really hard on it, and that was the purpose to get that out into the world, and its final, I'd say, iteration. So that's what it's all about. And as we spoke on the panel earlier, you know, this was a 7-year process. So. Everybody if you actually count the screenplay, which is written now 22 years ago. So this is not a sprint. This is a marathon for anyone in this game. And, you know, Paul has come a long way very fast, which is exciting. You know, this is awesome for 2 years, and it's only going to get better. So this is exciting times for ASAP, for NE1 World, for W9. The idea is just to keep this train rolling. It's not easy, but it's a necessary thing that has to be done.
Do we have a potential of getting some new Bob stories within the ASAP universe?
I believe so. I mean, we have 3 written plus a spinoff. We just haven't gone into production on those just yet. Yeah, so those are all done, I think, back in 2018, maybe 2017. And then I got the book, the Big Book of Bob, organized in about 2018, and it just sat there for the right moment. So as we were masterminding, as we were all trying to build our brands and try to elevate each other, which it all happened within our mastermind group. Everybody just jumped. They didn't take a couple steps. They took a whole flight of stairs. And that's important. So being involved in that and just listening to what Paul is up to for 6 months, and me finally saying, "Let me talk to you behind the scenes. You know, I want to pitch this to you." Was
and that's exactly how it was. Every single one of these things. Hold on, Paul. And then next thing you know, Paul's like, "Oh my God, I just spoke to so and so."
Yeah,
beautiful.
It was. I mean, that's how you do it. You meet people. You throw yourself out to the world and say, "Here I am." And, you know, in this big ugly world of social media, you know, I think someone's going to take that hand, even though there's going to be many that's going to try to bite it. You still have to be able to say, "Well, here I am." You stand on that table and you scream, "Look at me!" But it doesn't hurt to be involved with a network. It doesn't hurt to be involved with a community. And in this era, I think it's probably one of the most important things you can do. So here I am involved with ASAP NE1 World, and hey, this is the route I want to go, especially in an indie alternative style.
So let me ask: is your name going to be thrown into that hat for that project too? Is it the whole ASAP family that's going to partake in that?
Oh, no, for animatronic, you mean?
Yes.
No, we've already got we named everyone on the
Oh,
cast
okay.
yesterday.
That's
Yeah.
named. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
that's the roster. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna pull out of this.
Oh, it's gonna be so nuts. That, again,
Yeah.
that's the most wonderful idea ever. So, what was your favorite announcement of this awesome 2-day event?
Well, whenever you coincide anything with Brave Star, I'm in. You know, and it's like I'm like me and Paul have talked about this Brave Star. Yeah, that was awesome. You know, that's always exciting. I mean, the whole gambit, everything that's planned out is exciting because I know it will come to fruition. So it's just a matter of time, and it's just a matter of opening that present and seeing it there. And that's everything under the umbrella of ASAP NE1 World. So it's exciting to see everything that's brewing. I like the interactivity of game shows. You know, I like the always the interviews with creators to see what's going through their minds and being a part of that and hopefully contributing. You know, to say, hey, hopefully we have knowledge and we can pass it on in a practical sense. You know, by practicality, not just spouting off like some people do, but this is what we have to show for our work. And this is how we can kind of give people maybe an idea and a push on how it's done, but it doesn't mean our way is the right way. It just means you got to get out there and try. So exciting stuff.
Exactly. You guys got to be like this, a team, united via a web, all right, where you reach out, you know, and keep crawling up that web and network. Let me tell you, I've built a wonderful network, which has allowed me to meet, you know, all these wonderful individuals, you know, so I'm blessed.
Absolutely.
So, and ASAP is blessed, you know, again, to have so much amazing talent. I mean, guys, this is not just it. We have even more coming. My God, this family is huge. All right. So soon I'm going to be Alice, like in the middle of the square real soon. So who's up next, kiddo?
Well, next is the man who is straight out of Japan. He is the person or the man behind Dog Eaters, but he does so much more. He's been in music. He's been in this game for a long time. He's an absolutely amazing creator. He's an even better interview. Just an incredibly pleasant man to talk to. Just a nice guy. I spent a long time talking to him. For a 5-minute interview, I could have talked to him for like 5 hours. So I'm talking about none other than Malcolm Wong.
Whoa, Mr. Wong, my big homie.
Howdy,
How you
Malcolm.
doing,
How you been?
Thanks for having me. I woke up a few hours too early. You know, I on time zone.
Where are you at right now?
Tokyo right now.
Well, you hear this, folks? He definitely woke up super early to hang out with us today. I hope you had enough tea or coffee, whatever you do.
Yes, I do.
There you go. Oh, look at that, Ultraman. Cheers, bro. Cheers. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Now we need one like that.
This is one of our licensed products, actually.
Oh, look at it. You see, folks, this is what they're trying to say. Malcolm is like all over the place doing big things. So, Malcolm, for people that are unaware, explain to them, what is Dog Eaters?
Oh, Dog Eaters is a story set in the, I would say, the recognizable future in a way, and because it cycles back to what we were back in the 1800s, 1700s. And it's basically a story about the future that is coming. Probably in 2024, we'll start the avalanche.
Oh, gee, thanks. Don't manifest that.
Mankind failed to transcend the petroleum age. 175 years after the die-off, civilization consists of scattered nomadic tribes, isolated casino cities, and roving bands of predatory bandits. And as civilization starts to coalesce around these casino cities, the Black Dog Clan is making its way down the trade route between these cities to the Gulf, where they're going to establish their own community. This is 175 years after, you know, what happens when everything escalates as we see the world today.
Are you trying to tell me it's Malcolm Stradamus here? He's trying to really scare us now.
No, I'm Chicken Little. Chicken Little. I don't know if he his lifespan. Chicken's lifespan is probably about the time that things will start to happen. So probably just when he's starting to pass, it'll be like, yep, I was right. The sky is falling.
Oh man. Well, I hope not, man. I hope it stays within the pages of your book and not real life for a while. All right. So, what we got next coming, from you within this awesomeness that is the ASAP family and NE1.
What? Yeah, we have sequel aspirations for this. There's also I just recently dipped my toe into the NFT world with Fear City. This is a project with Stephen Bliss, who is the former senior artist for Rockstar Games for Grand Theft Auto. That he created basically the characters for that, and it's pretty interesting. Web3. So it's basically it's a community of people that have invested by buying these NFTs. And they are kind of like stockholders. So, he's created this incredible universe of 133 characters or something like that. And I mean, his art is amazing. I can put a link in the chat if I can. Is that possible? Should I put it in the private chat?
Yeah, put it in the private chat, and then now we can go ahead and share it. Awesome. So you guys are gonna be working together on a project, huh? This is dope.
Yeah, well, what happened was I've known Stephen since the 90s, and hold on, let me grab this thing. And we represented him as an illustrator in Tokyo, and he returned to London and then went back to New York, and he, some of the projects that he was able to do while he was in Tokyo translated into getting him that job with Rockstar. And so, we've kept in touch throughout the years, even though we kind of represent him, but his work, it's not conducive to commercial work in Tokyo, really.
Yeah.
When there were CDs, he could do CD covers, but it's too radical. But what he did was, we were just talking and then talking about story, we talk about music. And then he said he's doing a series of comics to create the story for Fear City because he wants to get into games as well. He's got the connections, obviously, with everybody. He's got the name. His younger brother does, designed Dobby for Harry Potter. Artistic family, very artistic.
Wow,
very,
amazing.
Very, very, very good. And so he said, I've got the story, so I'll help you do this. Help you, I'll coach you through it. And he had no concept of story, really.
Okay.
So basically, I ended up doing 85%. I wrote it for him in 3 days.
3 days? How did this guy's quick, boy?
Well, the thing is that he had when you have characters with strong bio and you have a basic concept. I mean, Fear City is basically Sin City, Suicide Squad, Gotham. that whole kind of world. New York, basically New York right now.
Oh yeah, I know. Let me tell you, I saw incidents that were only happened, or at least I would have thought happened in Gotham yesterday on the 7 train alone. So yes.
I know. Some homeless person just rising up off the sidewalk and just ridge-handing this woman, 75-year-old woman, as she's walking by. It's like, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Shame on you. Why would you do that? Again, it's basically what I saw. So that stuff is just not new. I saw that with my own eyes getting off the train yesterday. New York is definitely back to its early '90s, late '80s type, 80s
Yeah.
origins. It's
Well,
horrible again.
it was worse in the '80s, but better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we had Brave Star.
That's because we had Brave Star. Yeah, that's right.
And Centurions and all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love the '80s for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's just keeping active, keeping my hand in. I'd like to mention a story that Lance adapted for me from another. Well, Dog Eaters won 3 awards at the Screenwriting Expo in LA, Screenwriting Expo 5.
Beautiful.
That's what led to the adaptation of Dog Eaters into a comic book. And following that, kind of a similar thing where we want to try to take a screenplay into a graphic novel, which is like Lance was talking about in his talk an hour and a half ago, that it is a bridge between it is a step, not a stepstone, but it's a storyboard. Basically, you can look at it as a storyboard to a movie. I mean, reading is becoming a lost. I won't even say an art because it was just a necessity, but people don't read anymore. It's like audiobooks. It's like as I'm driving, I'm listening to an audiobook, and things will just go right by you as you turn left on a on a yellow light as you're trying to beat the traffic coming towards you.
It's all right. People tell me all the time, I just read this book. I said, oh yeah, how long did it take you to read? Oh, I was listening in the car and it took me a day or two. I'm like, that's not reading. Get the hell out
couple round trips to my office. But the thing is that information, I mean, we're supposed to be in an information world, and yet so much information just slides right by without, we have access to, basically, we don't need to memorize anything anymore. In Japan, there's traditionally a lot of memorization in writing kanji, which is, Chinese characters that it's not phonetic. There is phonetic, katakana and hiragana, but as far as kanji goes, people forget how to write it because they just phonetically type it in, shows up, they recognize it, hit enter, boom. And that just the whole, we don't need to memorize anything anymore as long as we have internet. So when that goes down, we're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Not us old schoolers. So long as I have pencil and paper, I'll be okay.
DVDs,
That's right. I got it.
I've got my PV batteries. But the thing is that when it does go down, complex systems rely so much on the interaction of so many different factors. I mean, just the idea that the stock market might drop or something like this, and then supply chains start to get clogged and not run smoothly, which is what happened during the pandemic. So pandemic and Ukraine war, Japan could not fly over Russia anymore to deliver to Europe. So you have to find a workaround to get there. Everything gets more expensive, and that kind of cascading kind of situation just changes everything. So turn on your camera next.
Oh no, that's for them.
It's a secret message. Okay, so back to what me and Lance were doing. Sorry about that. It's a very long detour there. No Sacred Profanity, which is also a first place action adventure screenplay, but nowadays it's really, really difficult to break through the clutter to get a movie made because it's like Matt Damon was talking about. He made this movie, something Chandelier or something like that, $25 million. Plus, you got to advertise it. Advertising, promotion, that's so crucial no matter what your story is. Another $25 million. Then it goes out and the theater owners take their cut. He has to make that movie has to make $100 million before you see any profit.
Only 100 million. Let me see how much I have.
It's not there.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
there.
It's in the wallet. And so,
We're looking about $1.
so for a story like Sacred Profanity, which is what Lance helped me with, Lance rewrote it, adapted it for a graphic novel. It's set in a dystopian near future in a balkanized America. You know, you see this polarization going on between, you know, the political. And when they talk about political spectrums, you know, left, right, and all that stuff, that's not the way it is. It's up and down. It's global. It also moves through time. It's not just like left and right, you know. A journalist investigating the assassination of a charismatic spiritual teacher, not a leader, a teacher, must elude the death squads of both the UN peacekeepers and the Divine Faith, which is the leading organized professional religion, to find and reveal the truth and witness the resurrection.
It's pretty cool, man. I mean, it was radical when it came my way. The screenplay itself, and wow, it's a movie I'd like to make. But
it's got to gross 100 million.
Yeah, but here's the thing with turning it into a graphic novel, I think there's an edge.
Yeah.
And I like it. I think, you know, it came together pretty well. And we've toyed with the idea even, you know, why not this character, the main character, this roving reporter, let's a 10-minute short film might be in order, you know, to kind of put it on the map, to kind of say this can be done cinematically. But it's a great screenplay.
There's a lot of interesting things going on with like Unreal Engine, and you know, where you can create these digital worlds, and it's a projection. It's not a green screen where you have to mat it in later. And I think it really you know, for locations, you know, it takes away the need to go on location, you know, if done well. I mean, it can be super cheesy, of course, but
right.
Those kind of things, you know, you could do something, you know.
Yeah, you know, but you dream big. That's what we're all doing here, anyways. I think that if you limit yourself in any way, that's the problem. But even like right now, we're talking about it. How would we make this screenplay? And you know, even the Unreal Engine is like a rear projection, which has been done the last 130 years of cinema. It's not anything new. It's just a different form of it. So
it's a different. It's done digitally. So
yeah. So we got to just wrap around, you know, our heads around the idea of, well, how can you make the next project and not worry about the hurdles of the next project? It's just like there's answers. And
yeah, you know what the answer is? Working with ASAP at least as a start. Right, that's the answer right there. That's the easiest hurdle to jump because Paul's so open to ideas. All right.
Well, fundraising is definitely, you know,
an art.
Put together.
That is an art.
Yeah, being able to put together a presentation that will be able to fundraise, you know, and what that requires is names, big names.
Well, you got Hades, you know, the biggest name in the UK right now. You know,
you gotta get
and this amazing family.
You gotta get Harry Styles.
Oh my gosh!
Oh man! You know
what was the quote? Like somebody said he's going to be bigger than Michael Jackson, and it's
no. They called him the new king of pop. Hell no!
Can you name one song? Can you name one here? Can anybody here? There's a lot of us here. Can anybody name a Harry Styles song?
As much as I like music, I cannot, and I defer to Laurie, Chas. You know, no.
Nobody.
The thing is that when the king
knows he's staying quiet.
When the king is dead, long live the king. You know, so somebody's got to fulfill that role. But it's probably you know, Lady Gaga or Adele or something.
Probably, you're probably right.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be no Harry Styles. And if we need, if you need a Harry Styles, we got the best one here. His name is Nemesis Styles. All right, he's sexy. That's what you got to bring in, Big Nem. It'll be right.
Well, to borrow from Douglas Adams' description of Zaphod Beeblebrox, Nim he's just this guy, you know. So, but so yeah. So here I am. Boom.
Turn on that
Well-
camera. That's right.
There he
Ladies
is,
and
finally.
gentlemen, there goes my boy, fellow comic crusader, cinema crusader, writer, novelist, entrepreneur. You know, and he got this dope book coming out as well. I mean, out from
Where's this guy?
OPSEC, baby. Let's get it done. Big name in the building, Mr. David Howard. What's popping, kiddo?
Hey, what's going on? I was
This-
back
this-
there. I was just hanging out, like doing my laundry and everything. While you got, I was like listening, and now you're making me come on camera. So now I gotta be,
Yeah,
I gotta be
not
good.
yet.
So
We got
It's on.
Yeah, we got to talk about your amazing project, bro, within ASAP. Before we do so, I mean, great job helping out Hades and the ASAP family and setting this up. You know, you did awesome. I've been watching you, Nem. Look at you. You got like 8 arms. You're hiding, 6 behind your back right now.
Wepa.
Epa, yeah. That's a secret between you and Mrs. Nem. I know. Shh. So talk about running the show. What was your highlights of doing this? And then talk about your project.
Well, I talked a little bit about this morning, but I got to give all the credit, to the people who have helped me with all of this and helped me get going into this whole life, and I'm doing things that I never thought I'd be able to do, and and I think one of the things you learn from this ASAP family is that having people who are supportive of you and help you to realize your dream it makes all the difference in the world. It's not that they're giving you things, they're helping you step up and realize and do the stuff, and all of these people here are part of that, but I got to give special shout outs to Hades and the man down there, Mega, again. So Al Mega, because I talked about this with somebody else behind the scenes. I remember the first time I did a pod, it was an interview with Scott Snyder, and Al was like, come on, you come on. I was like, no. And I was scared to death, and now I'm out here just joking around, and I got my dream. I got to interview Cassandra Peterson through Comic Crusaders, so
he almost died.
Stuff.
He was about to ask his own wife, baby, this is my past, right? This is my past.
Yeah, but it was fun. And but to get to ASAP Imagination, Hades just came in and he had this passion project, and he brought Lori in, and then he dragged me in, and it was like, do you want to write? And I'm like, heck yeah, and this has turned into to OPSEC, and I've got future projects that are going to be coming out through NE1 CON, or not NE1 CON. Well, yes, NE1 CON
World.
eventually, NE1 World. But I've got one coming out this year, and then I've got one I hope to get out eventually. That's just getting kicked off here, but it's just getting started, and it's just going to keep blossoming. I mean, that's the way it is. You start working, and you just want to do more. And it's a passion as a creator. Once you start creating, you want to create more and more and more. And all of a sudden, these ideas I've had in my head for decades are finding their way onto paper. And and then it's someone like Lori, who is just absolutely incredible at being that partner who can give you that feedback and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't drop an F-bomb here, so, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're probably right. That was me. It was too late, and I decided to drop an F-bomb in my real life, so, and then it's just so cool to be able to work with a professional like Lance, who's got so much great advice, and he has been someone who has helped push me. And then to see Malcolm is the same way, just an incredible professional, has done this for a while. And then to see the careers of two people who are just starting off, who have hit the ground running, like Chess and Eddie, is phenomenal. And this is what ASAP Imagination is really about. So
yeah, I think if Lori edited my book, it would be like, okay, must we really drop that many F-bombs in one panel?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
Yes, exactly. Yes, it must stay like that. There's a New York perspective. I don't know if you're on the West Coast. You don't understand how we talk over here, but the F word is like saying hello, and good morning.
Yes.
That's how we speak to each other.
As long as it adds to the story, everything goes.
I always have to keep in mind that our editor is Canadian, so it's always that wasn't very polite of your character.
Yeah. I just will never get tired of telling that story though, because until Lori tells me to stop telling it, I love saying it, because just the way she commented, and I know Lori doesn't take this the wrong way, but everyone don't take this the wrong way. but it's the exact same kind of thing that my wife would say to me, which is, "Oh, so we're dropping an F-bomb now, are we?" So or things, So it's just like I heard the same voice and everything, which is absolutely amazing and fun.
And we do the infamous guy thing. Yeah.
So, but no, to talk about what I got going now, OPSEC, we dropped the first one in May. Was that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
OPSEC one. So
And
OPSEC
give people a
one
little overview what OPSEC is real quick, so people know what's up.
Oh gosh, where's the tagline for OPSEC? I don't have it up front of me.
Hey, talk about memory skills, like Malcolm was saying. Come on, bro, just memorize that line.
Well, I will say they are the ones that they go into the darkness that everyone else is afraid to go into in order to defend you and I from the terrors that exist and that came out of Hades' mind. That is now the ASAP imagination really got noted. Yeah, but OPSEC is a government agency, and the best way I could describe it to people is like take the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense, add some X-Files, and then wrap all that up, and then turn it into a true crime mystery type thing, and that is OPSEC. So, and OPSEC follows two agents and their partner, which they have been saddled with, who is Barbara King and her demonic doll Maisie, which we all love Maisie.
I hate that doll.
And this first arc, they are investigating something going on in a town in the UK. And this first issue, we really introduce you to what's going on. And unfortunately, we lost an OPSEC team right at the beginning. So that's how dangerous the world is. And,
when are we gonna get Maisie dolls?
That's that man up over there. So over there.
Hades, Hades, you devilish man, you. When are we going to get those Maisie dolls? Are we gonna get Maisie dolls? If we're not, we need Maisie dolls.
We're gonna get Maisie dolls. I'm already on
it. I'm gonna buy it, even though I may want to destroy it, but I'll buy it anyway in support and scare the shit out of my nieces and nephews. Yay!
But I can say that OPSEC 2 is coming soon.
So, snap!
And that
wait, so you didn't even ask your permission before you said that?
Well, I think that okay, I've said that before. I said that on another interview. I can't say when, because then the whole thing that Lori was talking about, how nobody tells me secrets, that is absolutely true. I am the worst at keeping secrets in the world. But
then you find out the morning of. All right, yes, gotcha. Okay.
And then OPSEC 3 is written, and and now I'm going to shut up because I was just about ready to give away a secret. So
He's like the Tom Holland of ASAP, isn't him? It's just like sit down for an interview.
But wasn't it Rosario Dawson too blew up about the Punisher coming back? Yes, she did it in the middle of a panel at a convention, and everybody, Marvel people just looked at her like, "You." Yeah.
I do have to say, I finally learned my lesson. I think I've been pretty good. Lori and Paul will probably stump at me for that, but it was like the last time. It was like Paul was like, "Nem, we need to have a little word." So
all of a sudden the pits of hell open up and then rises Hades out of nowhere. He's like, "How the hell are you getting inside my house?"
No, but my wife will say the same thing. In fact, not only am I bad at that, I'm bad at telling jokes and not laughing at them. Because she could tell when I have the worst poker face because my mustache will start to twitch. The minute my mustache starts twitching, she knows that I'm full of.
Now I know who to play poker.
I'm full of something that I won't say because it's a family show. I'm not going to say that word. So.
Oh man, see, this is awesome. You guys have been all awesome. This has been amazing 2 days of content. Celebrating everything ASAP with an NE1 and even the minis. Isn't there something supposed to happen with minis?
Oh yeah, Nem, let's have a mini break.
Oh, definitely. Here we go. Boom.
Hey, that was pretty cool.
Very
Thank you.
cool. So, Hades, talk to us a little bit about ASAP minis, and are we going to get anything?
Yeah, we've got lots coming up for minis as well. So obviously we've got the D'Artagnan book, and with the Muscatinis is out. Then obviously we've got Bernard coming out, and we do actually have Bernard bears already. Like Bernard bears actually exist as a real thing.
Really?
The minute I showed Laurie that they were a real thing, I then got a message that was basically, I want one, I want one, I want one, I want one. So one has already been packaged and sent to her. But yes, so we're doing Bernard, Alfie. Alfie is Brave and Brilliant. So the Alpha Teeny comic is coming out. We've got Paul Nolan, who signed up with his book, The Ninja Professor. So we're just in edit stage of that.
Awesome.
And genuinely true, Alfie is doing a book. Genuinely true. That is fact.
This is a perfect time. I did have a secret I was waiting to reveal for Paul for myself, which is that I work with a charity here in SoCal for autistic adults who are learning disabled, and they saw Bernard the Bugbear, and they're going to add it to their reading list.
Right
And
away.
they're going to make Bernard the Bugbear dolls for the guys and for the
Yay.
men and women who are part of this group.
That's awesome. Nice one, man. Thank you. That's great.
They're going to read Bernard the Bugbear together, and my wife actually does that with them. So, yep, shout out to you. They love Bernard the Bugbear.
Oh, that's
Thanks, man.
awesome. How do you feel when you hear stuff like that, Hades?
Yeah, I'm a big sucky sod as well, so that does hit me kind of quite in the feels, to be fair. No, I love stuff like that because, again, I know we've talked about this before with perspectives and what we're doing with Animatronic. Like, giving back and giving to people is part of the journey. It's part of what makes this great. It's part of what is enjoyable about indies. So, yeah, I love stuff like that. Thank you, man.
That's amazing. Laurie, how you feel about that? As the ERC, that kicks ass with your own amazing projects like Instagram and other greatness. How do you feel when you hear stuff like that, charities and all helping out?
It's always cool when something kind of expands beyond your little circle of friends and family and other people connect with it. Like, I know the very first time a stranger bought our book, I'm like, what? Someone else that we don't know supports us and wants to read this? And
I don't know that person. How dare you buy it?
But it's a little surreal because someone you don't know is looking into you, like reading your stuff and your thoughts that you kind of put out there and you want people to, but it's an extra kind of milestone that you hit. So when other people kind of just connect with something and something like, I always got Bernard, and Hades gives you Bernard.
Bernard.
But yeah, it's nice when people connect with that, and it's super cool that we can give back to charities. And I know with the Perspectives Anthology, it was amazing that we had such a good group of people, and it's incredible that so many people are willing to donate their time, and very humbling that so many people are willing to do that. I can't thank people enough for all the time and ideas and creativity they've donated to the causes that are near and dear to our hearts.
It's a beautiful thing because look what you've created, a hell of a community, that gives back as well, as you guys are saying, and that definitely is the highlight of any journey. When even though you have your own platform, you use that platform for good, and the way that you guys are doing. This is why I only could see ASAP going up, up, up. There's no way you guys are ever going to experience a down, especially when you continue to do amazing things like you guys are doing, and helping others the way you guys are doing, helping kids the way you guys are doing. Not there's not so many bigger companies out there. They don't even do this, and if they do, they don't talk about it. But I think they should, and so that's what makes you guys special. You lead by example. So this is my flowers time to all of you. God bless you guys all hardcore on doing what you guys are doing, doing the best part that you guys are doing, living your dreams and sharing your visions. Because I know how, like Laurie says, it could feel uncomfortable, but you break out of that and you see the good that you're doing. And I, as a comic book fan, really appreciate that. And I know, like Nem says and Paul sometimes, oh, Al, you help inspire us. Nah, you guys inspire me each and every day. There's a whole circle of inspiration and motivation. and manifestation, except for what, Malcolm? Do not manifest the end of the world, Malcolm. All right? Jesus, not that. Everything but that.
I'm just an observer in a foreign country.
All right, I guess I got to move where you're at, bro, and be safer. Okay, I understand now. He's giving us hints. We got to move. All right. No, but this has been amazing.
I'd prefer no demonic dolls get manifested either. That's my personal opinion.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take the plush, but that's about it. And I probably won't be able to sleep at night, so I'll make sure that wherever my nieces or nephews are, even my daughter, I'll send her one. Yeah, that'd be nice. Have it pop out with a spring. That'd be great. But this has been a great 2 days, as I said. 2 years. Wow. ASAP is now a toddler, and they ain't just walking; they are running, like Lance said. ASAP. Wepa.
All right. So, yeah. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary to ASAP. NE1, Big Boy Hades. It's Nemesis. It's Malcolm Wong. It's Tess, Lori, Eddie, and of course, LL himself. No, not that one. Lance Lucero. Yeah, that one. All right. The award-winning filmmaker. Hey, that other LL can't say that. But it goes. This is what it is. This is the family for you to support. Now, before you guys go, please follow everything ASAP. Right there. Visit the ASAP Imagination website for all that greatness. You got the NE1world.com as well. And if you need all the links for everything, just go to their link tree. All right. That's linktr.ee/ASAP Imagination. You're going to get every single link there. Surround yourself with everything ASAP because that's where it's at. This is independent comic books at its best. Now, before we close the show, any last words, Hades?
Yes, there is actually. Laurie will be at Edmonton Convention in Canada. So if you're about,
when is that?
It will be September the 16th, 17th,
and 18th. Yeah,
and 18th. So go there. You will find Dog Eaters. You will find Bob. You will find Golden Arm. You will find Meat Machine. You will find everything from our main continuity. She will be there for 3 days. So people, if you're able to, if you're close, please go and check it out. We'll let you know as soon as she has a table number, and we'll advertise the hell out of that.
Over here, we call it booth numbers.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then I'm waiting to hear back. I've confirmed with London MCM, which is the biggest one that we have.
You're doing UK. London MCM, baby?
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, yeah. So I'm just waiting to hear back.
Let's manifest it right now. To the God. Let's do a rain dance or some shit.
Yeah, dude. Send the vibes.
If that's the case, then I'll be there in October. And then I am hoping as well to hear back off one in Liverpool for November. And if that's the case, if we get into London and Liverpool, then I'll be going to London, and then I'll be dragging Eddie with me to Liverpool. So.
Eddie's gonna be making his con appearance too. Let's get it done. Now,
cons are so important, face to face.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah, you got to get out there.
Are you doing any cons, Malcolm, on your side of the world?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Anyone else here gonna do cons? Chess, Lance, you doing anything, even if it's in film?
Well, yeah, we're waiting on announcements. Actually, today and then a couple of weeks for the festival circuit. So right now it's a question mark, but we're expecting something to come through. And we'll be touring once again. It'll probably be Last Resort. Everybody loves that Western.
Yes, it's fire. That's why.
Yeah, and the Unmentionables. But so that's what's rolling out right now, and trying to get this new film done so we can get that out there, the spin-off to Bob. So yeah, we're waiting on some announcements today, and these are exciting ones too. Like Paul was saying, these are bigger events. These are places that offer distribution, that actually have producers, people that produce in these festivals. It's an upper tier spectrum we're trying to hit, just to try to once again push things into the stratosphere. So busy times. We're looking forward.
Excellent.
To it.
You see, folks, once again, you see how amazing this team is. You got the new jacks, you got the old schoolers, you got everyone here kicking ass and dominating. Thank you guys again. It's been an amazing 2 days, as stated. Thank you all for joining and hanging out today and chatting with this amazing family. This is fire. All right, so once again, let's go. ASAP Powers, activate. No. Well, it was awesome. Team, much love, yo. You guys rock, yo. Testify, like Adam says. Testify.
See you, everybody.
All right.